hosting for the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by
King Aleister Satan from King Satan. How you doing?
It's great to be chatting to you today. I love your album. It's amazing. How pleased are you then with the reactions from fans and media so far to the fourth album?
Yeah, the reactions, they have been kind of contradictory, as always. I'm very happy that our longtime fans, they have been on board with this, because our style is a little bit changing to more extreme metal compared to our early albums, which were much more hell electro industrial. But now we are developing more to the metal side, extreme metal side, and that was a thing that made me a little bit nervous to hear what our longtime fans think about this our development. But the feedback with the old-time fans, it has been overwhelming in a very good way. I cannot yet process it completely, but been said that is even them that it's the best album of King Satan, so that makes me very happy. But the media, it has been the same like always. We get a very good reviews, surrealistically great reviews, and then we get very bashing hate reviews of what the fuck is happening here. But we are aware of this polarizing effect of ours, and it has been kind of a roller coaster, and we enjoy it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I sort of got into the Death Stars years ago. It was around time plan and so Ministry, and so I first started listening. I think it was Once Upon a Shadow I first heard, and that's probably my favourite track on the album. Can you then tell us which tracks are you looking forward to most playing live? And I mean, would you even consider playing the whole album?
Probably not the whole album, but we actually have this Saturday. We have the first album release show. We play most of the songs, but well, we will see. We did. We kind of don't want to play too long shows, and we still want to play some of our old songs, of course, because our longtime fans, they want to hear the old songs too.
Yeah.
But we play most of the new songs on live, but at least here in Finland. But we will go to the European tour in January. Unfortunately, there is no UK dates this time. We were in the UK last year in November. Actually, we were supporting Godminister. That was a first time for us in the UK actually, and I fucking love the UK audience. I'm actually a little bit disappointed that there are no UK audience, because UK audience hit me the way that you don't have to teach UK audience how to be in a rock or metal concert. You guys basically birthplace of heavy metal, and so you know how to be. That was. I hope to do that too. But anyway, I was rambling. The point was that when we are supporting Turmion Cathedral with the European tour, our set is of course a little bit shorter when we are a support band, so we cannot play every new ones. But I'm sure we will play Once Upon a Shadow. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's my favourite about it. And I love your videos; they're amazing. How long does it take then to get them absolutely perfect? Does it take a while?
None of them are perfect. So, well, actually, these videos, they were quite fast productions, because I have been working with the same camera crew ever since the I Want You to Worship Satan album. So that's 5 years now. So we kind of we have a telepathic communication already. We know when I'm thinking, my cameraman knows what to do, and the rest of the crew also knows what to do. And for instance, the New Age Gospel music video, that was the biggest production of King Satan so far. Lots of extra. We had to involve law enforcement, because we did that in the downtown. We used the bombastic torches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was a biggest production of ours, but it was the fastest too. It was like a clockwork. We planned it well, and we did it very well. So I think they're like 1 weekend to film, a few days to edit. Especially, I'm sorry, the Chaos Forever Now, the animation thing. That Monty Python / South Park kind of thing. I'm a big fan of both of those. Of course, I do combination of that. That takes a lot much longer, because I have no idea how to make animations. So that was I do it old school, picture by picture by picture. So that took a long time. And but the videos which are not made animation wise. They are quite a fast productions these days. They are large productions. Even the Abyss of the Soul, it was a kind of a big production. Even it was a little bit a minimalistic video, but we had to do that in the downtown. You
Yeah, I
know,
saw that.
have to be careful that not many people come to the video and stuff like that. But compared to the 4 years ago, they are not taking as much time anymore.
Well, Abyss of Souls was like I was going to ask you next about that. I mean, if you did that now in my country, in the UK, you'd be straight to the gulag, mate. They'd have you gone.
Actually, we did when we were playing in London last November. I forgot my toothbrush to the earlier place in Birmingham,
Right.
and I mentioned this to our manager who was traveling with us, and my manager took the camera with me and said that okay, we will go now buy toothbrush for you from Camden. We were in the Dome named place in London,
Yeah.
and I was already, preparing for the show. I was making the makeup. I was full artistic outlook. And my manager said, "Yes, we will go now straight to the Camden." And she follows me. She filmed everything, and we did that actually in London. And surprisingly, many people was watching, like, "What the fuck is happening?" And even some people got a little bit upset when they realized that somebody is filming. So, well, this particular thing is actually part of our video diary from our
Right.
channel. You can check it. It's a Clowning is Serious Business Part 2. But I eventually found toothbrush from Camden, but that was surrealistic to go walk. That is my only experience from London, actually. I only saw the venue and when I walked to the Camden with full makeup, but it ended well.
Interesting. Yeah, you found
Really.
it interesting. All right, mate. What about? Are like to be any more releases from the album? Any more video releases, single releases? Is that it now?
Well, we will see. We will see. I kind of I probably shouldn't say this, but I already spent all the budget for these videos. So, but we will see because there are a couple of songs I would very much like to do video. For instance, Once Upon a Shadow and the Carnivalesque of a Dark and Light. But well, it's always like this that we gotta negotiate with the record label after we see the initial sales and stuff like that, and maybe that's if it was up to me, I would want to make a music video out of every song because for me the albums are holistic continuity of the full concepts. But I understand that I cannot make my camera crew work for free. Even I would want to work free. I need to pay people.
All right, mate. So, if there was a band, an ultimate band to go on tour with, dead or alive, who would you choose?
Rob Zombie, I think.
Yeah, I can see that working. All right. So, if there was like a heavy metal song about yourself, your personality, what would it be called? And don't say King Satan.
Did you mean song?
Yeah, a song, yeah, about yourself.
Oh, that's. Oh, I'm. Well. That's a difficult one from the top of my head. If it has to be a heavy metal song, does Tool's Schism count as a heavy metal song? You know, the American Tool.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Brilliant.
So Schism, because this whole question was a schism inside my head, also. So maybe that one.
All right. So, Larry, can you tell us which 6 albums mean the most to you and why?
Yeah, 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's very difficult always to squeeze important albums to this little number, but let's continue the question of from the top of my head, so I don't overthink it.
Yeah.
Or maybe first I would mention this Finnish band called CMX and their album called Iron.
Okay.
It was released 2003. It's not very well known from the people outside of Finland because it's it's kind of alternative rock, alternative metal. But, that album has been very influential to me. One of my all-time favorite albums. It's melancholic. It has a little bit of industrial elements. It has a rocking elements. It has a metal elements, and the lyrics, the whole theme. The album is about evil, concept of
Yeah.
evil. It's very philosophical and mystic and occult lyrics. The whole package appeals to me. That's like first time I listened to the album when I was a teenager, and still it hits me like every time I listen to the album, it feels like a different album. I grow with the album. That's CMP1 for sure.
Okay.
Fantastic album. Maybe there I would say Slipknot, the debut album.
Hmm.
It's because when thinking about the all-time favorite albums, there has to be the albums that stick with you over the time. For instance,
Well,
last years I have listened to very great albums, but I'm not sure yet could I say them to be my all-time favorite albums. So hence I'm mentioning this. Slipknot. I heard the album when it came out. I was like fucking 11 years old or something like that. It hit me then. The aggression, the chaos,
uh-huh.
the aggression, they're all there, and it still comes with me. When I feel this kind of anger, irrational anger and chaos, which is not directed to anything, just this fucking existential anguish, I feel like I need to listen Slipknot's debut album. That's very primitive, very chaotic, and still somehow it stays in the shape. It's
Okay.
that has to be my five. Tom Waits and Rain Dogs.
Okay.
You know, American. Well, I'm sure most of the people know who is Tom Waits,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's, Tom Waits actually. I'm not sure actually why I like Tom Waits' stuff so much, but he as an artist has been very, especially the Rain Dogs album. It's not the metal, and it's not the rock. Probably it's weird contemporary folk experimental stuff, but it's very raw. It's
Yeah.
very raw. The voice of Tom Waits has been kind of very influential to me over the years, which I probably why I like it. Because Tom Waits can make the sound, the vocals, to be, but still have a note in them. You know, it's
Yeah.
a very timeless for me. When I found the album, it's same rule goes with these albums. It just for instance today I listened to the album again. It's
Right.
very primitive, and it speaks to my some kind of primordial nature, psyche, subconscious very well, and I just go with it. That has to be that one.
Okay. And number 3. Sorry.
Three,
Not
number
easy.
It's not easy because I'm now starting to think maybe Tom Waits shouldn't have been in the rank 6. But we can go with this from the top of my head kind of thing. Dissection, Storm of the Light's Bane. That's a Swedish, dissection, melodic death metal. That has to be one of my ultimate. If I had to squeeze into 6 or at least top 10, it has to be there. It's the whole way how the dissection does the combination of aggression and melancholic, beautiful melodies into very dark and satanic and occult stuff together. That's I could have said also their first album as well, the Somberlane. Even it's a difficult the Rain Cars from the left. But the Storm of the Light's Bane. That's a ultimate classic for me. And then I would say the Prodigy, Fat of the Land.
I had a feeling you'd say that. There's a bit of that in your music, isn't there? A little bit, yeah?
I would lie if I deny that, because it's especially the first albums. I think it's quite obvious. There are a couple of tributes to Prodigy there, but the Fat of the Land. That's I like most of the Prodigy's discography, but the Fat of the Land has it's still very punkish, very raw.
Yeah.
but still kind of a electro. Dance punk was one of the definitions I once read about it, and that's a quite a apt description about it. It's a fucking fantastic. Works in the summer, it works in the Finnish darkness as well, and yeah, that was.
Okay. And your last one.
Tool and their album Laterals. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. Laterals or something like that. But
Your English is better than mine,
yeah,
mate. Your English pronunciation is really good.
I'm happy to hear. I actually like when Scandinavian people they overpronounce apparently the English, so that's why it's for the most of the interviews can make sense. I think
Yeah.
I've been told this, but anyway, two laterals has to be. Or actually, my number 6 or number 1, you could change them apart probably, but two laterals for the same reasons mostly than with CMX. It's an album that feels like I grow with it. It has so much nuances, so much depth in the lyrics, and also it switches from the atmospheric into the alternative metal rocking parts, and it's still it's like a puzzle I cannot solve. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
now when I mention these 6 ones, I'm thinking like, okay, I should have said Slayer's Raining Blood. I should
Yeah.
have said Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe. I should have said Mayhem's De Mysteries Dom Satanas. Constantly albums come into my mind now. But okay, let's stick with those 6 now.
That's brilliant. All right. Can you just give me a word to describe King Satan?
Maybe carnivalesque.
Love it. I love the way you as a band are like on social media a lot as well. Is that really important for you to be able to have that connection with your bands? And are you on Patreon?
We are not in Patreon. Well, I'm not actually. I don't know how it is, but at one point, Finnish law was against of artists to be in Patreon or something like that. It was a very difficult situation, tax-wise or something, or I remember wrong. But I'm also very lazy with these kind of things. I'm just hoping people will come to see our shows, and I hope that's it. But not on Patreon, but in social media. Well, I didn't really plan it, but I noticed that this way I kind of feel connected to our fans and our followers much better than, for instance, with the bands I was with before King Satan, because at the time it was only that they do the magazines and stuff like that, and you didn't really feel what kind of people are listening to you besides the shows. But with the social media, kind of, I know it sounds weird, but I kind of feel close to our fans and followers this way, and
Yeah.
that it's. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, but I kind of. So far, it's I enjoy it actually.
Brilliant. So in your career then, what's been the weirdest venue you've played so far? I mean, might have been a few in England, was there?
Not actually in England, but well, weirdest venue. Well, that has to be probably Zurich, Switzerland, and the venue itself that was all right, but maybe it was weird because all our equipment broke in the middle of the set. You know, the PA system broke,
Right.
not our own, but the venue's equipment broke, and then it took so much time to fix the whole thing that we just started to do a cappella versions of our song. That was also a worst show of King Satan ever played because of that. You know, in the middle, people started going away
Yeah.
or what. It was 2018, but that was weirdest venue probably.
All right. So this is another part of my 666, right? So now, can you give us 6 countries you would love to go and play in or tour around the world?
Well, UK, of course,
Yeah.
back UK, but it would be nice to go play. if I am not answering anything that we have been, we have never been in the America. It would be nice to be in the United States.
Yeah.
It would be fucking fantastic to play in South American places like Brazil or Argentina.
I'd love you, man. Yeah. They really would, yeah.
And Japan. Japan would be fantastic. I'm just mentioning things that which are very far from Finland now, but
It's all right. Got number 2.
uh, Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, mate. So as it is coming up Christmas, but you're up Mr. Crowley or Alistair, is there a Christmas song that you would cover or wish you could cover to destroy it?
Well, in general, it might come as a surprise, but me as a Satanist, I'm not really worshipping Christmas or celebrating Christmas. For me, Christmas is about the winter solstice. But in general, I hate every Christmas song, so I don't know about how to cover any of them. But yeah, I'm gonna pass. I'm not gonna do a cover about Christmas.
I know. That's why I asked you. I'm just being cheeky. All right, man. So how important to you then is it to follow the left-hand path in life?
Well, it is very important because that's my worldview, and I see how my life through these lenses, and well, I have modified all my life to go through this filter, so it is pretty important, I guess.
Do you prefer festivals or small intimate gigs in a darkened room?
Well, I like very much those small club indoor shows because for music like us, industrial metal with the death metal disco kind of thing, I think the lights, the rave lights, the very flashing lights, they're a very big part of our shows. But also in summers, when you play right before the sun goes down, the little bit dark feel, those are very magical as well. But if I had to choose, I would say the clubs.
Okay. You prefer vinyl or digital?
Vinyl.
Sauna or steam room or go into the pub?
Sauna.
Lordy or Wolf Art?
Wolfheart.
Okay, definitely. Lapland as you finish or lap dance?
Can I use both of them?
And the final one is Anton LaVey or Aleister Crowley?
Aleister Crowley.
Okay. Have any final words for your fans, our viewers and listeners?
Fuck the rest, Satan is best.